lesson sequence. And this would be over a span of several days. So number 1 is children will demonstrate prior knowledge of weather and the water cycle by answering the questions. What do you know about the water cycle? What is the water cycle? When have you seen part of the water cycle outside? And this is to activate previous life experiences, and then the children will demonstrate what they already know about the water cycle by filling out the know portion of their chart to just kind of gather the information of what they already know and what they don't. And then 2 is children will demonstrate what they want to know about the water cycle by filling out the want to know portion of their KWL chart. This could include pictures, words, sentences, depending on their language level. So it is able to be on different levels depending on each student.
Number 3, children will gain deeper knowledge of theme vocabulary words by reading articles related to the water cycle and demonstrate ability to use content-specific vocabulary by singing words in context of a song. So they're singing the words to remember them better. And also they're reading articles related to the water cycle because the standard does have to do with reading. And so that's the way that they're going to learn about the different vocabulary words. And then number 4, children will be able to demonstrate understanding of vocabulary words by acting out each part of the water cycle through a dance. And so even if they can't verbally in their L2 say the definition of the different words, they're still able to demonstrate their knowledge by acting it out.
So our 5th one is children will be able to demonstrate understanding of vocabulary by filling out their KWL charts, labeling parts of the water cycle, and filling out graphic organizers. So that's like multiple different ways to show their understanding of the vocab from the unit. And number 6, children will demonstrate the ability to find the main idea of a text by reading pre-selected articles that like we have listed later on in the lesson plan.
Number 7, children will demonstrate the ability to find the key details by relating them to the main idea of pre-selected texts. And then 8, children will gain deeper understanding of specific vocabulary words by pulling out key details from the pre-selected readings. By then, they're pretty good at knowing these vocab words.
All right, 9 and 10. Children will demonstrate understanding of vocabulary by identifying what parts of the water cycle are seen outside each day and writing it in the journal so that they have that personal experience and connection to it. And then children will demonstrate understanding of vocabulary by defining the words for their 2 formative assessments so we can assess where they're at in their
learning. 11, children will demonstrate knowledge of each part of the water cycle by explaining one part each day in their science journal. And children will also draw a picture of each part of the water cycle with their explanation to show what it looks like. So even if their description is not accurate, they're still able to draw it to show what they meant to say. And then number 12, children will demonstrate understanding of vocabulary by creating their own song that contains the vocabulary with a group. So they don't have to do it on their own. They're working with other people. And then they've been looking at the song throughout the unit. So then they're going to be using their knowledge to create their own.
Number 13 is children will be able to see their learning progress at the end of the unit, or at the end by reviewing their KWL chart. And children will fill out the learned section at the end of the unit. And 14, children will demonstrate understanding of vocabulary at the end of the unit by completing the unit test. Demonstrate knowledge of definitions of all of the vocabulary words by correcting them by placing them on the correct part of the water cycle. So here, that's just like what they'll do at the end of the unit. They'll be able to fill out their L section of the KWL chart and complete a unit test.
15, children will demonstrate understanding of a reading by finding the main idea and details that support it from an article about the water cycle in the unit test. Children will be able to pull out 3 key details that support the main idea. And after all this, they should be ready for the test.
And then we have the model performance indicator. So under domain is reading, topic, vocab. Level 1, match pictures with key vocabulary words and other pictures. And then 2 is match pictures with key vocabulary words with a defining word from a word bank. Match pictures with key vocabulary words and phrases that have keywords underlined. Expanding is label a picture showing key vocabulary words with support of a word bank. And 5 is create your own phrase and picture with the vocabulary word using a graphic organizer as support. And these are different levels so that each student has the best ability to complete what we're expecting of them.